Alright everyone, Nate and Beth back to do a review for Friday the 13th, the series, their Season 1,
Season 1,
Episode 9,
Episode 9.
Root of All Evil. Before we get started, I incorrectly guessed it'd be about a haunted potted plant. Turns out it's actually more about, the title is actually, it's closer to the title than anyone would thought. It's what is the root of all evil?
Well, it's kind of the root of all evil, according to this show, is money.
Well, according to a lot of people, and they're correct.
But it does kind of tie into roots of plants because it's a haunted mulcher from 1947.
Oh, may I quickly say something real quick? This episode, I don't know if he did any more before. I don't know. I don't think I'm always looking who's writing them, but I noticed that this one was written by Robert Hidden, who can also goes by Rob. I think it's probably the same guy who'd go on to write and direct Jason Takes Manhattan. And I might as well just say it right now. There's you may or may not know he's a guitar enthusiast, and just like there's like a guitar in Jason Takes Manhattan, there's a guitar in this where Ryan. There's one scene where he's playing a guitar and there's some burglar and he's gonna use it as a weapon, and he says like, no, not this guitar, and he kind of name drops the guitar. And
Yeah,
so
no burglar's
like,
worth this guitar, and I can't remember the year of the Stradivarius, but it's a Stradivarius. You said what? That's Stradivarius' violin.
I'm not. I have no idea what the guitar it is. Anyway, I just wanted to.
He does
mention.
name drop the guitar.
But anyway, this is written by the guy who'd go on to write and direct Jason Takes Manhattan, and the guy who actually does the music for the whole series also is the guy who did the music for Jason Takes Manhattan. So, I just wanted to say that so I wouldn't forget.
Well, this automatically gets a thumbs up from me because there's five kills.
One of them, the second one, like, isn't. We see like 4 people be mulched, right? And
We see 4 mulched and one.
We just have to assume the other one is mulched.
Right.
Yeah. So do you want to start, or should I? Basically, this starts with some guy. I don't even remember, some guy at the beginning. An
older guy getting yelled at for helping his. We find out later it's his mother with gardening, and she's all, do this, do that, and the mulcher is kind of talking to him, and the next thing we see is him hitting her in the head with the rake.
Oh, that was good, yeah.
And her being fed into the mulcher head first.
I can see why people had a problem with this series, because this was an awesome episode with, a lot of gruesome. I mean, obviously you don't see much, but just what's implied is pretty grisly, so it's awesome.
This was also late at night. I think they played this between 7 or 8 o'clock at night when it was originally aired, so
late.
The children are supposed to be in bed. But it turns out that each person, the mulcher kind of determines his or her worth. So the more the person is worth, the more money the mulcher gives. And the second person who figures out the secret also figures out that the more money the person is worth, the more money the mulcher gives. And he's going after this rich widow, which Ryan almost knocked into the mulcher too. But Ryan takes the bag of money that the mulcher was giving little by little, but this gardener, I guess, owes money to the mafia or the mob or some really bad people, leg breakers. And he's just like, this widow would set him for life. And he ends up going into the mulcher instead, and with the bag of money. And I was thinking that the money would turn into blood, but I guess everything turned into blood. And who's that older guy, Jack? Said, poor fellow, he's not even worth $1 because nothing but blood went into the sack. Unless you want to correct that, which is cool.
I don't need to correct nothing, but you kind of went through the whole episode in like 4 minutes. But a lot of these have been just by chance 13 minutes long. That's kind of fun. So we'll try to go. Did you? You don't think I ever told you that? Yeah,
no,
a lot of these just by
that.
chance have been around 13 minutes. So we're gonna blab about nothing until it's at least 13 minutes. But
okay.
Well, what I was gonna say
we can go
is
into more details
after the first kill, then I think is it Marshak, the
Marshak, Jack
older
Marshak.
guy,
Yeah.
Finds
I guess
some
there's a
letter.
lot more details. Yeah.
He finds some letter with like a brand new crisp $100 bill from 1937. Is that correct?
1937.
And I can't remember what the
37 or 47.
No, it's 37.
Is it 37? Okay. Yeah.
But I can't remember what the
It was
but
$100.
what the details of the letter were. But that's what gets these people investigating this. Do you remember the details of the letter? I don't.
The dark arts are really starting to pay off. And then here's
Oh.
a small token of my appreciation, which was the crisp $100 bill.
I'm confused now. Is that the guy from the beginning who
Yeah.
put his mom in there?
Yeah,
Okay. And
that would be the
and
original owner.
He ended up just ending up in a nut house.
Yeah, going crazy.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then somehow it ended up in this rich widow's groundskeeper's hands, and the groundskeeper, we think, originally is the bad guy until, well, he ends up getting mulched. Poor thing.
Yeah, there was. We're watching the replay now. The younger guy, what's he do? Clunk him on the head, and he's gonna mulch him later, and comes back to see him gone, and then he attacks him, and then he stabs him.
Stabs him with, what's it called?
So
A shovel or something.
Beth was using her fingers to count the kills, so then when we got to 3, she puts down the third finger. When he comes back and he's gone, she puts. Oh,
Nope, only 2.
and then a few seconds later, okay, put your
it's
finger
3.
down.
Holding
So
down fingers with each kill.
yeah, sometimes I used to have batteries.
Stack of quarters or batteries. For
Because
each kill.
it's important for Beth to.
Know the kills.
Anyway.
Well, it kind of makes up for the last one. They didn't have very many kills in the
Oh,
last
that's something I wanted to not forget to mention. The last one at the very end starts this goofy thing where Mickey's all like just mopey and stuff in bed in regards to her fiance, and this one, it's interesting how usually these are all just separate stories that don't really relate, but it's kind of interesting how that one ended, the last
Pulling
one.
continuity in.
It kind of, this episode continues with, I think this is the first one we've seen the Mickey's fiance since the first episode.
Yeah, the burglar that the guitar almost got hit over the head with happened to be Mickey's fiance.
This guy's thinking that she's having an
affair with somebody. Was it Robbie of all people? Seriously.
Ryan. Robbie.
I'm thinking of his real name, Roby.
That's her name.
It's her.
That's her name's Roby. He's John D. LeMay.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, well, this I guess a lot of the other episodes, there's a lot more details to get through. There's really not a lot of details. That's why we got through. We basically explained the bulk of the episode. And
Sorry. It took 30 seconds to explain it. But it's a really fun episode. I'm just kind of blasting through it.
Kind of a mix of mulcher kills and getting money for them, and also the drama. There's a little bit of drama with the Mickey and the fiancé situation where it
the fiancé wants Mickey to go back to the home, and she's torn between her obligation to getting the cursed items back and her life that she wants to be living. And she's trying to explain to the fiancé what she does, and I thought the fiancé was going to take something from the vault.
Well,
and he finds out it's cursed and he dies.
That reminds me, she showed him a tour of the vault, and we got to see the little doll.
The doll from the first episode.
I was hoping it'd go, but it didn't. It
He's
moved,
like, what does this
though.
thing do? Slash people's throats? And he throws it on the shelf,
that's
and
what
she sits up, and she looks like she's about to attack. And
I was kind of hoping it was going to slit his throat. But
That
that's
would've
another
been
thing I
fun.
was thinking about. Like, if they were to mulch him being this lawyer, he would have yielded a nice amount of money. But
maybe
I guess
$500.
Yeah.
He's learning a lawyer. He's kind of a 2-bit. Oh, snake. I don't know.
So it was
Maybe 5,000.
maybe the reason they decided to bring the
Fiancé
in is because, as fun as this episode was, there wasn't necessarily enough detail and stuff to maybe fill up with the mulch and this and that to fill up the.
Oh, so the fiancé was filler?
Yeah, the fiance thing was filler. But yeah, what was your prediction? Mine was the evil potted plant. Did you have one for this?
Mine was like a tree or something, so it was related to a plant of some kind.
But the title was perfect because what's the root of all evil? Money, and this
Money.
mulcher gives you money for
So we were kind
putting
of half
people into it.
right. It did.
No, not really.
The mulcher is technically something that gets rid of plants. So we were half right. But the
Okay.
mulcher, instead of mulching chips out, mulches money out. Which they're like, oh, why are all these new printed bills for the 1937? Well, that was the year that the mulcher was made.
Oh, I don't think we said that yet. Or no, we did. Yeah. Okay.
But that's what Jack was kind of, Jack Kershak, Mershak, whatever. The old guy. I can't even think of his name right now.
Marshak.
Jack Marshak, was trying to figure out, I don't understand why these bills are 1937. I mean, you'd think that they would spread them out throughout the years, but Ryan said, well, that was the year that the mulcher was made, so that ended that question.
And I guess maybe that about does it. While we're a couple minutes to 13, we talk about next episode is Tales of the Undead. Any guesses? I don't know. Zombie. I have no guess really.
I'm thinking Tales of the Crypt kind of idea, because Tales of the Crypt was also on at about the same time.
So what do you think the story's gonna be about?
People coming back to life or zombies.
Yeah, I don't really think I have a guess.
Not really solid. But again, I do give the root of all evil a big old thumbs up.
Oh,
How about you?
I didn't say anything about a thumb. I'd say thumb up. Yeah, I mean, as soon as it started, it was like,
Instant
clunk,
kill.
mom, and the head with the rake and shove her in the mulcher. I mean, it was just great from the get-go.
And the sound effects were really good. I mean, you obviously can tell she's just kind of being pulled through,
Yeah.
and there's no really jerking of the. Well, she's dead, but the body's not jerking from being inside the mulcher. So she's just being pulled really slowly through this tunnel just for cinematography.
And then turn on the mulch sound and
That was pretty cool.
very cool.
But the second gardener found out that the money spit out just primarily an accident. Who was he trying? He was kind of hearing. Well, that was another cool thing about it. When he walked up to the mulcher, it would turn on by itself and turn off by itself.
Oh yeah. Like feed me.
Yeah, feed me, Seymour. I think I said that during the episode.
Well, looks like we approached 13 minutes of rambling.
Ooh, talk about filler. Thanks for listening, peeps.
Thanks for listening. See you on the next one.
We'll see if we're correct on the zombie thing.
We'll see.
Till next time.